because we have like, a very high burden of infectious diseases. We have the very poor indicators for mortality, whether it's children under fives or pregnant women or maternal deaths, and a very high burden of HIV, TB, malaria, diarrheal diseases, and so on. So when we started working here, we wanted to understand the epidemiology of the disease, the population that is most affected, so on. And then after learning all this, and the risk factors, then we started looking at products or drugs or vaccines that can lower the burden of the diseases, reduce morbidity and mortality. So I think establishing clinical trials capacity in this region is very, very key in finding solutions for these infectious diseases. We don't have a lot of sites that have capacity to try drugs or vaccines, and like other areas, for example in South Africa, where they have a very good landscape of clinical trials that meet international standards. So if we can have these sites, as more and more drugs are becoming available and the vaccines, now it will become easier. The technology is changing. We saw in COVID-19 where a vaccine took only 6 months using new technology of messenger RNA. And therefore, we need to change with this technology so that we have very high, very good sites in Africa that can conduct very high quality clinical trials. And again, going to COVID-19, we saw that there are very few sites that were ready to test these the COVID-19 vaccines in Africa compared to other areas. So I think it's high time that we establish not only one or several, but sites in different places in the continent of Africa to try these new therapeutics. And again, the reason why we need diverse clinical trial sites in Africa is because we are very heterogeneous population in terms of genetics. So you cannot try a drug, let's say in North Africa, and think that it might work in East Africa. Genetically, we're very, very different. We're very diverse compared to other populations in the world, and that's why we need many very well equipped and with good capacity for conducting clinical trials for products that are coming into the market.